Hi everyone, my name's Brenda. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my high school journal. I have this journal since I was 16. I found it in the closet the other day and I figured why not share with you guys some poems I used to write in this journal. So it's kind of old. I had to staple it a little bit because it was the pages were kind of falling apart and stuff. But this is where, unfortunately, instead of actually paying attention in class, I would just write. I would just zone out and just write everything, my thoughts. If I was upset, I would just make it into a poem. I have some poems here that I wrote for my sister. I wrote some poems about about boys. This one's titled Liars. So sorry, I was a real, I hate boys type of person when I was growing up. Guys are liars. So I did a lot of writing, and it would just relax me. I would just relax. So when I would just write. I did have a couple of teachers actually telling me that I should pursue and keep writing and and publish some stuff, and I did think about it when I was in high school. I wanted to do that, and then I never did. So you never know, maybe one day I'll try and publish some of these poems. But I'm just gonna go ahead and share with you some of them that I wrote. Like, I wrote this one for my sister. I'm gonna share some of. Now again, I was 16, so not everything here is true. It was 16 years old, so, or some of it might be kind of funny. And, when I read back to it, I'm kind of like, why would I write that? That's dumb. But, it was just me expressing myself in every way. So, the one I wrote to my sister kind of starts off as, my sister and I are very close. We even share our clothes, from undershirts to underwears. She doesn't give me harm, just her arms. Every time I get hurt, she always finds a way to make me heal. It seems so real. She makes everything seem so clear. They say I don't care about her, but they don't know I'll never lie to her. I'd rather die for her. I never try to hide my lies. She knows I get, you'll guess what the next word was. And again, I was 16. She knows me like the palm of her hand. She knows when I'm calm and when I'm not. She knows my favorite drink, when I blink, even what I think. So, this is some of the poem I wrote, for my sister. And it goes on to say, she always calls. Right now I'm not near her, but I can still hear her and feel her every day in the light or the night. I know she's always there. So, that was one. I'm not going to read all of it, but that was one. And I guess the date, oh, look at the date. The date is 10/30 of 2004. So yeah, that was when I wrote that one. This one that's titled Liars, it's funny. When I reread it, I'm just thinking about, like, why would I write that? Like, it's just dumb. But, I was, one of those, like I said, I hate boys type of thing. So it starts off with, I just want to write and give some advice to all the girls in the world so they won't be dumb and fall for a guy like I did. Like, oh my gosh. You already know it's going to be, like, really? So it says, don't have a boyfriend. They often think they're hot when they're not. Some do look good, but just act like fools. They try to impress you with their lips, but you can do more with your hips. They just want to lie. They think they can hide when they don't have a real mind. Some are nice in the light, but can't wait till night. They leave like punks and just come back drunk. They won't like you. They just try to use you. They ain't got balls. They won't even call you. So, so that was just some of what I wrote on this poem for Liars. So it's just, now that I see it, I'm just like, it's so hilarious. It says, I know most girls won't fall for their lovers. no, I said, I know most girls won't forget their lovers, although they made them cry even louder. It's better to be free, just look and see. Just have friends, they won't make you mad. Just glad. Just try not to fall for them, because then you'll be sad. And this was also in 2004. So I didn't write all of it. Like, I'm not gonna read all of it, but that's just some of the things that I wrote. And I'm like, it's, now that I think about it, I think it's kind of hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, oh wow, I can't believe I thought that. This is another one that I wrote. I'm not, really gonna read this one. But just the title that is called Changing, in the way it starts, the world gave me a big lesson and turned me into a different direction. So this was a different one about me. Like I said, I wasn't a really, innocent teen growing up. So I did make a lot of bad choices. So, but like I said, I won't always just write everything down. Now this one is called True Love. This one, let me see what I could read from here. It says, everywhere I go, I mention your name. I'm not ashamed, because since you came to my life, I haven't been the same. I've actually changed for you, and that's something strange. Nobody made me feel the way you do. You're always close by, and when you can, you take me for rides. When I'm with you, I don't care about the time. I just feel happy because you're mine. I love you so much, I'll never have anything to hide, because I'll never tell you lies. Right now I really miss you. I can't wait to kiss you. I know I'm real jealous, and that's one thing that makes us get mad and shout, but I just don't want to get hurt. That's why I get jealous when you flirt. But still, many nights when I lay in bed, many things start going through my head. I start to worry. What if one day you leave? I swear it'll get harder to breathe, because you're something I need. So, I guess this one I wrote it. This one I didn't write a date on. Oh yeah, I did write a date. It was also in, this one was in 2005 as well. So, this one was in 2005. So yeah, it was just, I guess I wrote it to one of my boyfriends. I honestly don't remember to who, but it's just, it's just a lot of different, things that I have in here. Let's see if I can look for another line. Oh, when I first met you, I thought you were so fine. From that day on, I couldn't get you out of my mind. Because besides knowing that I had found my one and only, I knew that with you, I would never feel lonely. You became the light that brightened my life. And as the time started passing by, I started to leave everything else behind. So, I wasn't that bad with the rhyming. I could have been a rapper, I'm just kidding. But, my rhyming was there. I always made sure I made sure I'd rhyme. Let's go see. Oh yeah, here, when I was also looking through it, I stumbled through one of my old report cards from high school. So, and it wasn't real pretty. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of my report card back then, but especially of my grades, like I said, I had a lot of failing grades, 49s and 50s. And I think most of the reason why was because of my absences. I had, 7 absences in 8th period and 5 absences in 4th period. And, this is what would get me into a lot of trouble, so this is not something I'm proud of. But again, when I did, mess up, and didn't go to school and stuff, the things that I would try to do a lot more is just write. I would just concentrate in writing. I also found my first pay stub from work from when my first job ever was in Jack in the Box. I was 17 years old. And when I found it, I was like, what? I was working almost 60 hours and I was only getting paid $5.25 an hour. Like, can you imagine that? I don't know how much Jack in the Box pays right now, but hopefully it's more than $5.25 an hour. And all the almost 60 hours that I worked, I only got paid, $227. and this was every 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm so glad that right now the pay raise increased a little bit, because this was bad. I don't think nobody could live off this now. I don't even know how I did it back then either. I think because I was still living with my parents, I wasn't really, on my own with this, because if not, I wouldn't have been able to make it through. But yeah, I found this in my journal, and I had found my my report card as well as my journal. Something I'm not, proud of, but it said I wasn't a really good teen back then, but I do regret it. Do regret a lot of choices. Let's see. This one, just need to open it. Oh, okay. It's just I read a lot of curse words, so I was like, what is this? I was like, okay, let's not read that. Let me see what else I have in here. What else I could share with you guys. I know, I had reading a lot of things down. Oh, okay. See, this one I had forgotten about. I honestly don't remember writing this. This one says, Dear Dad. I mean, obviously I wrote it, but I don't remember when I wrote it. Let me see. It says, obviously it's probably kind of personal if it says Dear Dad, but I'll just read, the beginning to see what it says. It says, Dear Dad, so many times I wake up and I worry about myself. I wonder what I'm going to do, and I wonder if I'll make it through. The letter you gave me made me cry and think a lot, and I do feel bad for all the problems I've caused. I don't hate you. I love you a lot, and I know you love me too. So I'm just go ahead and stop there, because I think if I finish it, I will cry. Because I don't remember what letter he wrote to me, so now I'm gonna want to go back in my in my stuff and try to find the letter that my dad wrote, because here it says that he gave me a letter and that it made me cry. So like I said, obviously I wasn't such a good teen, but this is how I would escape. I would write, and this is what I'm trying to get out there. If you have something that you wrote when you were a teen, or if you have a journal or a diary that you wrote and that was a way for you to express yourself, you can go ahead and send it in if you want to share it with us, and I'll be more than happy to read it, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that want to talk to somebody and they don't know how. So their escape is to write on a journal or a diary, and this was my escape, and it helped me a lot. I felt so happy when I wrote. I let everything out. So this is what I'm trying to get through as well. If if you're feeling like nobody's there to listen to you or hear you, you can go ahead and let it out, and just write to my email me what you want to write, your poem or anything that you want to let out, and I'll go ahead and read it to the viewers, because it is a good way to express yourselves. You don't know who to talk to, you don't know what to do. You can just write and let it out. So that's what I did here, and like I said, that's all I did a lot. So I'm happy that I'm sharing some of my high school poems with you guys, even if some of it there, when I read it now, I'm like, it's hilarious. Can't believe I said that. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna read that. So, but I'm so glad that I was able to read some of this. If you want me to read more of it, or if there's a certain poem that you want me to read all of it, just go ahead and let me know. I'll be more than happy to read it all. Like I said, there's a lot of them that I can't share, because it has a lot of bad words, it has a lot of inappropriate things. So there are some that I can't read, but if you want me to read more about some of them, just go ahead and let me know. But like I said, if you have something that you want to share, go ahead and just write it, and I'll be more than happy to share it with you guys. And that's pretty much all the ones to you. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a lot of dear mom and dear dad, and you know, I think those were kind of sad as well. So, but anyways, I already read some of the ones I'm proud of, like the one of my sister. I'm really proud of that one. You know, the changing one. You know, I'm not gonna read that one, but I'm really proud of that one too. So, and then you know, there's True Love, and then there's the one about liars. That one was hilarious. I honestly think the one I wrote about guys called liars was just hilarious and kind of dumb, because it's crazy. Let me see if I could read a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, this is some of the. Well, I already. Well, this was some of the poems that I wrote. I didn't read all of them. I just shared with you a little bit, because obviously I don't want to make this too long or bore anyone with some of my poems. But if you want me to read some more stuff in here, go ahead and just let me know and I will. If there's a certain one that you want me to read from start to finish, go ahead and let me know and I will. And like I said, if you have something that you want to share that you wrote when you were young and you want me to read it to the viewers, go ahead and just send it in. I'll be more than happy to read it, because this is a good way to express yourself. Just let it out. So this is why I created this channel. So hoping that if you have something inside that you want to talk about, go ahead and just send it in. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting me read to you guys some of my poems that I had here in my journals. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.